Welcome, first graders, to Knox County Schools elementary reading video for Activity 4. My name is Mrs. Willenberg. Before we get started, if you're having trouble hearing or understanding me today, I have 4 tips that you could try. The first is to turn on closed captions if you have that available. The second is to adjust the playback speed to slow down the video. Third, consider watching shorter clips, then pausing, listening, and watching it back again. Fourth, you could try asking someone in your home, if they're available, to watch the video with you. That way you can stop and talk with them about what you heard and understood. I'm excited to spend some time with you this week. We're going to be reading, talking, and writing together. We're going to start by learning 2 new vowel teams today. We will look at our new high frequency words that we will see in our I Can Read passage. We will learn about great ideas and how they can help us in solving mysteries. We will read the second half of our story, Dot and Jabber and the Great Acorn Mystery, and we will discuss our question for this week. How do we solve mysteries? Then you all will have a chance to write your opinion based on the information we read in our story. Let's get started. I have 2 vowel teams that we're going to be learning today. Learning these patterns will help us to read the I Can Read passage. You can find the I Can Read passage on Knox County Schools website under Student Resources. These vowel teams are used to spell the ah sound in words. They have some different generalizations or rules of when to use them. We will learn those today. The first pattern that we see is AU. The vowel team AU is used to spell the ah sound. Our key word to help us remember AU is sauce. Where do you hear the ah sound in the word sauce? Let's stretch out the sounds in the word sauce together. S, ah, s. I hear the ah sound in the middle of the word. Most of the time, you will see AU in the middle of the word to spell the ah sound. It can be at the beginning of the word as well. Our next pattern is AW. The vowel team AW is also used to spell the ah sound. Our key word to help us remember AW is law. You can hear the ah sound at the end of the word law. Let's stretch it out and listen for the ah sound in law. L, ah. You can see AW anywhere in a word. Most of the time, AW goes at the end of a word. We're going to look at some more pictures with sentences. These are another tool to help us remember what these vowel patterns say. The first one we see is AU. Remember, our key word for AU is sauce. You can see a picture of some hot sauce that's in a vault. In the word vault, I hear the ah sound. You can hear the ah sound in the middle of the word, just like in the word sauce. I'm going to go through and say the vowel names, sounds, and the sentence. Listen to me first, and then you can try with me. A-U, ah. A-U, ah. The sauce is in a vault. Try it with me. A-U, ah. A-U, ah. The sauce is in a vault. The next pattern that we have is AW. Remember, our key word for AW is law. In the picture, you can see a boy who is yawning at a law book. You can hear the ah sound in the word yawn. Unlike the word law, where you hear the ah sound at the end, you can hear the ah sound in the middle of the word yawn. This reminds us that AW can be used to spell the ah sound at the beginning, middle, or at the end of a word. I'm going to go through, say the vowel's name, sentence, and then you can join with me. A-W-ah, A-W-ah. Do not yawn at the law. Try it with me. A-W-ah, A-W-ah. Do not yawn at the law. Now that we've learned 2 new vowel teams that make the ah sound, let's practice reading some words that have the ah sound. We have 2 columns of words. At the top of each column, there is a picture that goes along with our key words. Those pictures will help remind us of the vowel pattern's sound. Look at the first column. When we first come to a word, good practice is to find the vowel or vowel team that you see. When we look at this word, I see AW. I remember that the spelling AW stands for the ah sound, like in law. We're going to highlight the AW so that when we go back and make the sounds, it will remind us to say ah. Let's make the sounds in this word together so that we can read it. L, ah, la. That word is law. Take a look at the next word. What pattern do you see? AW. Yes, remember, AW makes the ah sound. Let's go through and make the sounds in this word. P, ah, pa. That word is paw. Take a look at the next word. What should we highlight in this word? AW. Remember, AW spells the ah sound. Let's go through and make the sounds to read it. D, r, ah, draw. That word is draw. Take a look at the last word in this column. What is the vowel team that you see? AW. Good. Let's go back and make the sounds to read this word. S, t, r, ah, straw. That word is straw. Now that we've practiced reading words with the AW pattern, let's practice reading some words with the AU pattern, like in sauce. Remember, the first thing that we do when we look at a word is find the vowel or vowel team. This will help us when we go back and read the word. In this word, I see AU. I remember the key word for the AU pattern is sauce. I'm going to highlight the AU in this word. Let's go back and make the sounds in this word to read it together. Ah, l, haul. That word is haul. Take a look at the next word. What vowel pattern do you see? AU. We're going to highlight that AU. Do you see anything else in this word that we need to point out? CH, yes. We're going to underline the CH to remind us that CH spells the ch sound. Let's go back and make the sounds in this word to read it. L, ah, n, ch. Launch. That word is launch. What vowel team do you see in the next word? AU. Let's go through and make the sounds to read it. Ah, l, t, fault. That word is fault. Last word. We're going to highlight the AU. Let's go through and make the sounds to read it. V, ah, l, t, vault. Great reading, friends. I would encourage you to pause the screen right now if you can. This will give you a chance to go back and reread all of the words that we just decoded together. It is always a good idea to go back and reread our word list to help us become more fluent readers. Now we're going to review some high frequency words that we will see in our passage. We're going to go through these words together first. I want you to listen to me, and then we'll go back and read them together. The first word is built. The next word is early. Then we have learn, science, through. Are you ready to read them together? Built, early, learn, science, through. If you're able to pause the screen right here, I would encourage you to do that so you can go back and practice reading them on your own. Now that we've learned 2 new vowel teams that spell the ah sound, and we've learned some new high frequency words, let's use what we learned to read the passage. We're going to read our I Can Read passage together. Our high frequency words are already highlighted. Are you ready to start reading? All right, let's get started. Science helps us learn safe ways. Early science showed us we can keep raw food safe. Awful things happened when food spoiled. Through science, we learn how we can make things. Sailboats Steamboats, autos, and railroads were built by those who could draw up new plans. Have you seen a countdown for a rocket launch? Pause and thank science for that. Great reading, friends. Now would be a good time to pause the screen and go back and reread. This story was about ways that science can help us. What are some things that you learned about science and how science can help us? Yes, science taught us how to store food and build plans to create new things.